sorry to drag you away from your area.
It's okay.
I was going to ask everyone if people would perhaps prefer to start again in non-expert mode, because it's not more fun and more challenging, it's just head-scratchingly weirdly hard. But we'll see how we feel on the next one. But it's been a lot of I'm happy to go and do stuff to make combat easier. I'm totally for that. But I'm scratching my head going, I don't really see what the game expects me to do, other than bang your head on it until you get lucky. As I said in chat earlier, we should have worried about the Medusa's head. I forgot that was even a thing. That would have definitely helped. I'll see how everybody feels on Wednesday. I think we were going to do Terraria.
The server today?
Yeah, I'll actually. I said I didn't have time last time because I was busy trying to patch the bloody thing. But yeah, that'll be fine.
Ugh, what did you do there? Why didn't you just swap the input and output?
Because I used a schematic and I'm like, oh, I've done it wrong. Never mind. And the music is a bit loud today. I was hoping no one would notice. So oil processing lets you do the same stuff as we did with spores, but you can skip the spore step. What are we short on?
We're doing this map to wave 100, right?
You made... The noise that came out of your computer then was...
Yeah, it needs some startup time.
Nope.
Target is wave
not
100.
intelligible. Are you using headphones?
Yeah.
That was fine.
Does it work now?
It's a little bit... It still sounds like noise cancellation kicking in.
Weird.
Let me... Oh, that's coal. That's lead. I seem to have got this level has quite a lot of air attacks. Anyway, we're pulling in lead now.
None of the maps have been close to defeat yet. We are having too much players.
Nope, didn't get something players. I got the word players at the end. Most of the maps have not been...
Most of the maps have not been hard. We are not being challenged.
Well, it's the same with every game type. If you can crack the first bit, it's easy. If you do the first bit, you're laughing. You can't do the first bit, you're screwed. Well, it's like Transport Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon, all of these sort of games. Once you break the curve, you're laughing. Max, instead of doing that, can you route that titanium back to the base so we can just get on with a decent tier? Literally where you were. Literally 3 feet to the left is titanium.
Okay, what do we use to mine it? We need a special drill.
No, just pneumatics.
Oh, okay, fine.
We've got lead coming in at a reasonable pace now.
So goal is wave 100.
What about wave 100, sorry?
That's the target on this map.
No, target's just to unlock the next, to unlock everything, essentially. So just unlock the next, I don't know what the is, I think it's only wave 15 or something like that, but I'll wait for the pop-up in the corner. That locks the next assault map. And then there's wave 60 on Desert Wastes. I can't remember. Hey Samson, how you doing, man? Guess who spent all the graphite? It was me. And we're at copper too. Shall I upgrade these? That splits it better. Oh, now we have titanium. Hooray! I'm genuinely impressed how slow the lead is. I guess you're all spending lead much quicker than we're making it, but we are pulling in quite a lot of lead now. I will sort out metaglass. If I just check, metaglass is glass and lead. Yes, I will sort out metaglass, and that will give us. So I don't know if you're watching the stream, probably not, Max. But what I'm about to is the only situation under which you may put a router next to outputs. Otherwise, it is the forbidden thing. I'll let you know when it's go. Come go. Clever.
Okay.
Star, not that clever. Kilns do require power, don't they?
Yeah.
What is it we're lacking so much of? Oh, graphite. Yeah, I'll upgrade the graphite. As soon as that one's done. Come on, thank you. Right now, I'll upgrade these drills, faster drills. I don't think we have the reach. Like I said, be very careful, Esmia, because yeah, you'll put us so far into nano storage. We get these up, which should speed our graphite. I think somebody has to graphite as well. So Max has also done graphite. It's arriving at a reasonable pace now.
I'm setting up some silicon.
But yeah, when you said the challenging, so I have done challenge levels in this, and it's just watching a slow, sometimes not that slow, just failure happen. There's just very little you can do. It's extremely frustrating, and you just feel like there's very little improvement that you could make, and it's usually just a question of being quicker rather than being cleverer. We don't have any silicon. Got plenty of towers though, so that's all good. Right, now I need to get power to that. of the power, I guess combustion generators don't require power, but they're pretty awful. Let's upgrade the titanium line to titanium though, so we can get titanium quicker. Not to clear off all the... Never mind. Oh, really are barreling the titanium out, aren't we?
We're building up a nice little healthy stack now. Oh, you mean coming from the... Yeah.
Yeah, there's loads. It's just good. We're
backlog, yeah. There's plenty of miners there. That's cool. What do we do with this coal? There's me. Anybody? No, there's me sat in front of it going, what should I do with this?
I need power.
More.
Shalko said he was doing power.
Okay, right. Can I
See,
straighten these lines out? There's oil here. Ah.
Yes, it's an oil level. Okay, we do that, and then we can... So be a bit careful because we can get ourselves completely screwed if I'm about to make power, but we can get ourselves screwed if I don't get the metaglass facility powered before I've spent all the metaglass we got given. Then I can't make any more pipes, and then we have to, I guess we can rely on what should we call it? That thing. Solar.
Yeah, the thingy thing.
Solar. Anyway, there we go. That should give us metaglass now. Not quickly, but will give us metaglass. Now we've got power. Oh, I don't need to use water extractor, do I? I hate running. I just really detest the bridges so much. Like, they don't work if you put them over something that doesn't exist yet, and you have to add... It's just... I don't know why they're quite so horrible. Oh shoot, right, that's us. Oh, let's go as fast as that we can. Oh, never mind, don't need that one. That's filling up in that direction apparently. So the cool thing about the metal glass and the lead line, as I got it set up, they both use exactly the same. The good anti-aggro uses both of those, so I can just tap off quite happily. And so, get us a ton of. Is it salvo? I need to check. It's been a while. No, it's not salvo. It's scatter. 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 There we go. But they will grab both lead and copper. No, they won't. Lead and metal glass, sorry. I also wish there was kind of a delayed command, like upgrade this conveyor line, but I don't mind if you take a couple of seconds to do it.
Well, you can pause building and then do it.
No, like, wait till it's clear and then do it, please. Thank you so much. Rather than me having to break one end of it, wait for it to clear and then do it. Don't really want to waste resources too much at this point. We're still a bit early and shaky. There we go. Through. Remember, there's no need at this point to bother with anything other than titanium conveyors. And, thankfully, the mobs are coming straight towards the turrets, so that gives the mobs quite a low life expectancy. Hey, Speedy God 07. Or should I just call you Hermes? Hermes was the... Yeah, Hermes was the best of the gods. Okay, so we also gonna want a... There's also plenty of water on this level, so we don't need to do weird setups with water. We just basically just run real water in. I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to do with this. I'm sure there is water plus oil. I can't remember what that is, but there's something. But yeah, you can put a pump on oil, and then pump oil into a liquid tank, and then turn it straight to coal. Is that a good use? So we just have tons of coal? Excellent team. Thank you for the feedback.
No idea.
I can't remember either.
Plastonium needs a little bit more energy. Combustion is first stage. Is there an intermediate stage next?
Steam. Yeah, steam is the trying to speed up the metal glass a bit. there a trick with the bridges? Oh, I have to sort of click and click again, and then I have to work out what colour is supposed to mean what. Click, click. Yes. Click, click. No. So I need another bridge conduit there to... No, connect in the other order, you piece of shit. God, that's awful. Oh, I see. I need to go across there like that, and then another bridge conduit there. Hey, see, that's all we needed to achieve. That was it. So we can go on to the next level, or we can go deeper. What does Team Mindustry want to do?
Deep. Now.
Skip waves to 100.
Why to 100?
Arbitrary.
Push to defeat.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. You talked over each other. Why to 100 particularly?
I thought that was the standard clear point.
No, standard clear point is... There isn't one actually, it's just different per level. The English, Adam, English. You have to complete one level to 100 and one level to 500, but only one. I mean, you can do. I mean, I don't think it stores your highest wave. Not I've seen. That face when your silly gnome game has better statistics tracking than a really super nerdy game. Okay, so I think from that I can then do an oil. Oh, we need thorium. Are we not bringing any thorium back to base yet?
An attack map could be interesting.
Yeah.
Wasn't that lined up next?
That's the next one we're Oh, that's a battery.
I would be interested in that.
There we go. Thorium is now going. I guess the silicon shouldn't be turned off for any reason.
It is. Anyway,
Oh, what was the...
upgrading the line.
Okay. Well, my timing was perfect then. All across this last bit.
Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm just trickling thorium in because I need thorium to build with. Go nice and fast, though it's probably easier now to use the coal thingy. Oh no, it isn't, because we haven't got enough oil yet. Thorium, sorry.
Now that we have power diode in the start of the level, I can actually fiddle it out with priorities. Seems like not much point, but I get to play up with it.
Just going to block across here just in case the mobs decide that is a more acceptable route. They do route find. There's definitely route finding in the mobs. You can get them to go other ways, but they don't really like doing it. They do much prefer just to pelt along their current route. Okay, Metaclass is still very slow. I really hate the conduits, bridges, things. I'm just going to shoot the power up here with a steam generator to get the kilns going quicker. Remember, I suppose we are pulling lead in from elsewhere as well. If we can make that only metaglass, so we're actually just, capable of doing all the lead, I can then send that up to air defences towards the where we'll actually get properly attacked from.
Right, I think we sped up metaglass a bit.
Yes, that looks much better. I'm just making sure you have enough power to do what you just did.
Yep, onto that.
That's alright, I've just done it.
Okay, fine.
The only thing I need to unlock is 2 things with Surge Alloy, and then the whole tech tree's unlocked. Hooray!
Sweet.
So what I'll do is I will... Oh, there's no way of doing an overflow. Oh, that you can do an underflow gate. Underflow gate.
Yep.
Underflow. I wanted to do a sorted overflow, but you can't. But you can do a sorted underflow. What does that mean? Always goes sideways unless it's full?
Maybe?
Outputs to the front if the left and the right paths are blocked. But filtered. So if I do that and set that to... Oh no, it just... Oh, fuck you. So it looks... It's got the pretty little graphic that shows that it kind of looks like it's a sorting thing, but it's not. It's just got the little arrows. Oh, I guess that means under. Or inverted or whatever. Like the little double yellow, double red arrow. Okay, what I'll do then is I'll pull off stuff here, and that'll be 50-50. And then I will send all metaglass up and all lead back. That should filter it out without slowing it down. Especially if I pick the right one. There we go. I mean, I guess part of this game's challenge comes from self-made challenges. Like, for example, anyone can get to wave 100, but how quickly can you get to wave 100? Yeah, what I wanted was a sorted overflow gate at like a normal piece of logistics, unless it is of this type and you are overflowing. So I've had to make this sort of return. So I'm filtering everything up in a 50-50 way and then sending all of the non-lead, non-metaglass back. Which will do. But basically I've had to just build what I wanted myself. Okay, can I now make a oil extractor? No, we have no silicon. Do we have no silicon, so you're just all eating it? Or did we forget to make any quickly. Right, we don't have any coal. Remember, you must always water boost these things. Always, always, always. Really important. Like it's was it 3 times the speed or something? Oh man, is that not enough? I was hoping to only build 2. Fine, there you go, 3. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Fill that up. Yeah. Awesome. Right. And please, please, please stop building normal conveyors. Oops. I was under the impression that, like most of the online deliveries are mostly back to normal. You know, there was never a shortage of toilet paper. It's just that, you know, our economy, no economy is designed to have everyone decide to buy months worth of toilet paper in one go. So I thought that was all kind of just... Having said that, I did walk past a guy the other day who had about 60 exits on. I don't know what he was expecting to happen. Shaka, some of your silicon machines were feeding... Oh god. No, yeah, some of your silicon machines were feeding silicon inwards rather than outwards. Which I assume was not on purpose. The left and right one, they were going inwards at the top, not outwards.
Somebody messed with it.
Huh?
Collaborative design. Many cooks make a
Right,
poor
okay,
soup.
okay, but I didn't do that. I fixed it because it wasn't connected up. There are a whole bunch of them. They're not outputting. You're feeding, or someone is feeding silicon into the silicon smelters, not out of it. Yeah, that makes much more sense. That should hopefully speed up the silicon because we're now making a lot more lead, not enough coal though still. I run coal from anywhere else. Actually, we should be able to run coal. I was trying to build a coal making machine. And I couldn't because we didn't have enough. Oil extractor, yeah, I can do it now. Let me just check. It just will require sand and oil. What are the sand supposed to be for?
Silicate.
Like if you would describe what you need to make oil, I wouldn't go sand.
No. Make oil from what?
Sorry, make coal.
Ah.
It's a bit of
Arbitrary.
a bit of a weird statement anyway. Just kickstart that. Donk. And then we will, for the moment. I always try whenever I build something just to make it slightly self-sufficient on power, just in case everything. That means that a lot over the course of the game, everything is somewhat self-sufficient. Oh right, so the oil extractor needs liquid. Okay. Why is it saying it's got no liquid? I assume the liquid needs is oil. Oh shit, oil extractor. That's not what I meant to make. I meant to make a coal centrifuge, didn't I?
Probably.
That would make more sense.
Yes.
Which doesn't require any sand at all. Yes.
Which is more important, plastanium or titanium?
Plastanium. We have tons of titanium.
Okay.
Like more than I could eat if I was eating it for like a week or something. That's how much. Around that last bit.
So, do we self-impose a time on us?
You want to go to 100? We'll go to 100, but not until, like, at this point, we get even 3 flying units. We're screwed. Hence the en masse air defenses I'm building here. I can squeeze in. Well, yeah, you fly at them and shoot them and then fly away. Is there a more subtle approach? Oh, did they aim for? I didn't know they aimed for that first. Shall I make up a little bit of room? I don't need quite as many secondary hails, so let me try and run some metaglass down to the turrets. Or are you trying to run this back to base? Because that's going to be a shocking proposition. Do they just target the source of greatest power production? Is it just that simple? Always overdrive them with some water. La 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 la. Don't forget that it's important. Powers at a whopping plus 5,000. That's good.
Good work, team. I'm trying best to basically get as much plastain made as we can. We've got 3 compressors online so far. Is it water extractors we use to cool the drills?
Ideally pumps, but water extractors are perfectly acceptable. So I've got a liquid tank, and you make so much coal. It's just silly, and it's free. I didn't think boats went any faster, did they? But that's cool if they do. I don't know what you want. I think you can do both things. Yeah, surge alloy we need for that. Yeah, it's odd. So the game has quite a lot of complexity because you can overdrive stuff and water cool stuff, but you never need to. You can just build 2 of them instead, or 3 or 5 or 10. Like it's surprising they aren't forcing you to use that quite excellent level of complexity. It's like build 50 because you were like, oh, we need all these high level turrets. Then I just built a wall of the low-level scatter turrets, and it's like, oh yeah, that works too. But it shouldn't. The game should go absolutely not. You absolutely must have the really, really, really good stuff. It's just the good stuff isn't betterer enough from the low-level stuff to warrant worrying about it, which is a pain, shame, really.
If going for speed records, then it might get confused.
No, because they're not like the bigger turrets are more efficient on resources or anything. You need more resources, but you're not like going, oh wow, this meltdown turret was ever so easy. So instead of starting up on a meltdown turret, by the time you can build your first meltdown turret, you've already got, 1,000 hails. There's no advantage doing it that way, but there should be. I mean, the game should absolutely be trying to, where possible, encourage you to tech upwards. That's what currently happens, which is you tech upwards because you're like, that's cool, rather than that's significantly better. Like I said, did we get to 500? They did get to 500. I think we used it's the meltdown turret, the big lightning one. There's ripples at the moment now. Yeah, Ripple is the upgraded version of the Hail. Yeah, the electric one, yeah. But we built them, but it's just not that much better. Like, I don't know what the maths are. I whether or not it is equivalent to 10 hails or 100 hails or 1,000 hails, but there didn't seem to be any point, which was a shame because I was hoping to go, whoa, this is awesome. We're still out of copper, by the way.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged. Out of copper?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The only advantage the higher level turrets is they do take up less room. So when you're pushing to go to the absolute maximum, you do need to use the most efficient use of storage you can. That's cool, but you never need to bother doing that. Like at 500, we just did it because we ran out of things to do. Oh, they won't get any ammo. That was a waste of time. Oh, that one will though. Yeah, well, Rebel Storm's right. It's cool, but it's not an advantage. I mostly gripe about this as I tried so hard to make sure that was the case of Fortress Scrub. I sweated blood and tears. Because I was getting endless negative reviews about this isn't good enough, there's no point upgrading. I built 10,000 of these and the frame rate's slow, etc, etc, etc. Sorry about your internet, Samson. I don't know why that is. Why is there metaglass in there? How's that happen? Is that just a mistake from earlier? I think so. That's any reason? Just because everybody else is using the internet, or specific issue with your area or provider, or?
What I could do is a real number on the amount of oil in the tank.
Full, empty.
Well, yeah, so, you know, something.
Well, it is a fuel. Fluid usage is measured in units per second, but it's a bit odd that they don't actually tell you what the. You know, I have no idea. Whether a tank takes 100 or 1,000. We're out of lead now. Stand on the lead line would do it. Okay, our defences are now... Oh, here comes the first boss. Let's hope it goes in the right direction. Yes.
How do you control the pressure coming out of a tank? Just put a pump on the output.
No, just put a pipe to it.
It just falls out. Okay, fine.
It just falls out, yeah.
Skip some waves.
Well, when I feel we have... Like, if the boss goes left, the first thing it's going to hit is all our laser drills for our thorium. Oh, that's not thorium, that's copper. Laser drills for coal is a sensible usage. Can we speed the metaglass up any?
Possibly, I'm working on it.
I'm working for power, but don't forget you can, Chakra in this case, pumps don't use up any power at all, so you didn't need to build a water thing, you can just run water splits just straight like that. Also, fun fact, if your turret or thingy is touching water, you can just put a pump next to it, and then it will just work straight from the shallows that it's in.
Daft question. The guns we have over here, the scatters, do they use metaglass and lead?
Yes. Neat, huh? Because then
Okay,
I don't care what it takes.
Yeah, but we're short on lead, that's all.
No lead should be coming from that metaglass. There might be occasional bit, but very, very little. That's not our primary lead, though.
Right.
Metaglass is a lot better. There's no advantage to We also just have what the fuck? Well, there's just stops dead here.
What, the stops dead where? What?
The lead just stops dead because I don't know why.
Oh, I screwed up.
Yeah. I really hate bridge conveyors. They're about as hacky as the ones in Transport Tycoon. And how come silicon and lead are mixing?
Bridge routers. The
We
bridges
don't
have routers either end of them, so they just go.
We don't need those bridge routers, do we? Though.
No, we don't.
They're not that. We did need them, but
as me as putting them in, I'll let us straighten it
no,
out.
I just moved the power node out of the way instead. No pressure, just that the whole internet is watching you right now.
I got this.
The whole internet.
When you're out in the public, the whole world is watching you.
I don't know. We still need thorium going into the base. No overflow.
Is
here.
that the only thorium supply we have in the entire level? Nope. Shelker's working on it.
Didn't they promise us in the next patch back in October that we were going to get a little graph? I'd love to have a graph on screen right now that shows me how much of any given resource we've got. Without having to fly back to the base and click on it and go, oh.
And as me, you forgot you can use the armoured conveyors to stop stuff like that. That solves the problem I think you were trying to solve.
I have a problem. It's that's you and I had the same problem there, Max.
Yep. Just use a purple one. Purple one stop other things come onto the belt.
But yeah,
From the side.
the phase conveyors and the normal bridges, they just feel like there is a puzzle element to using the space efficiently, and then they went, nah, just teleport over it, don't worry about it. Okay, feeling a bit better now about how many defenses we've got. Can I run? We aren't out of lead, by the way, but we are still surprisingly low. Oh, I've just got my headphones on when we're out again. So I'm like, oh shit, something's firing from the left. I look to the left and realise it's on the right. See you, Samson, thank you for dropping by. Hope to see you again, you know, in real life at some point soon. Samson is one of the other techs at the arcade. Do the spirit drones rebuild the wraith mines? Mines? Shop mines? Because if so, that's cool. If not, that's insane.
Do we have any rebuild drones?
Not unless you made them.
bit like coding, isn't it, really, some of this?
I
Get
felt
it working and then get it working right.
Yeah, I felt Factory Idol was a bit like that as well. You're like, that'll do. Now let's see how it. Now I'm
tweak it,
making
yeah.
some. Now can I just
Make
just
more.
get a little bit more than that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky.
But yeah, a Spirit repair drone. Sorry, was it Wraith repair? I can't remember which it is. Spirit's the pew pew ones. They're good, always worth having, and the other ones are better. Phantom repair drones and Spirit menders.
And repair points as well, they can help.
Well, they're good for the flying ships, yeah. I don't think we have them. What's it called? For under the repair point, yeah. We don't have any power anywhere near this entire system at all. Let's get some power. I do like how the auto build system is smart enough to like stagger things so they actually work. It just goes, oh, I'll build this in the middle of a cliff, shall I? And you're like, well, it won't work if you do, but alright, I guess.
Shush you, your negativity. Close enough is close enough.
Yeah, but it's not close enough. It's in the middle of a mountain range and it goes, you can't build this here. And that's my point. It's very, very, by definition, it's not close enough.
Wow, we really are struggling for lead for some reason.
I am like spending all of my lead currently, but I have good reason.
Oh, fair enough.
But yes, we could. I mean, there's loads of lead deposits, but there's a great one right where I am. Our lead is absolutely backed up going into the metaglass factory here. Like, we could definitely send the lead down with it with no problems at all because it's the same thing, or just pop it onto another line. We're probably at the point we get where we're using those things that you can use.
Air blast drills?
No, another thing. Resource gun. What's it called?
Mass driver.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's really heavy on lead and we have none.
Well, our thorium is massively undersubscribed, so you could jump it on the thorium line without any issues. It's a shame there's no way to do priority gates. Oh, unless there is, and I've just never bothered looking. I don't think so, though. Like saying, you know, take straight on. Oh, I guess you could use a overflow. No, I guess you could use an overflow and then send it back. Anyway, I'm setting lead down on the thorium line now. We can tap it off if we need to, or set up a second line, or clean it up.
Yeah, okay, I'm
It's not-
straighten that out.
It's not going anywhere apart from into the base, and we are not likely to start not running out of lead anytime soon.
So this line here, which is making Phantom builder drones and President fighters, was tapping the leads and relying on the lads. Okay, I think it's Shell, yeah, Esme or whatever built this, but as long as that's relying on the lead, then you can't put phase fabric there, because that'll start sending phase fabric this way. That could be bad. Yeah, I've just tapped the phase fabric somewhere desperately urgent, so it goes back.
I
I'll
mean,
cut it off for a sec so
I-
you can actually fix it.
are we actually using the face fabric for anything other than go to base? Because if so, then I
Mass
suggest.
driver?
Okay, then that would still be go to base, wouldn't it? Then
Yes.
let's see. This is a solution because
Why
we have.
is this
we have
terminating
room.
at a router?
What's this?
The lead line here. Okay, that's not terminating, that's splitting
Anyway,
off. Got it.
I've just set the phase fabric in a different direction. Yeah, stop trying to jam it into things. There's plenty of room. Just send it round. There we go. You're doing the direwolf thing of just trying to cram every millimeter when there's, you know, a huge amount of space we can use.
Trying to optimize what was there.
Yeah, it's what's the premature optimization is the root of all evil.
No, that's the worship of money.
Yes, but there's also another phrase, premature optimization is the root of all evil.
Right, fine.
It's the programming one that goes back a very long time, back when it was true. But in this case, also applies.
We don't have any surge alloy, do we?
Again, not unless you've made some and no one told me.
I can get it.
Oopsie. Let's send sand back to the base. I'd like another tier of conveyor that's exactly like every other conveyor, only it vaporizes stuff you don't want. Like when I put sand accidentally on the copper line. How are we doing with everything? We've got rather too much of the glass in here, so that's good.
We can easily hold more waves.
We need to what?
Push the skip wave button.
Okay, have you looked at the frontline defenses before you start saying things like that? No, you haven't. Are they still refilling from the last attack? Yes, they are. Moving stuff means we're not ready to go into a wave. I am skipping waves, but now is not the time. Not until these are not moving. That's why I put the movement at the end of them. So I can make sure that we are full. We're not full. Don't get me wrong, we don't have a very efficient through line. And it looks like we've actually got slow conveyors at the beginning, which wouldn't have helped either. Don't worry, I'm on the case. Hey, ILPE88. ILPE88. I hope that's his date of birth and not his IQ. Let me see if I can feed more in because we are suffering on throughput here. There we go, much faster. Well, slightly faster. Get away with more of these, I guess.
Let me know when you want some thorium at base. At the moment, I'm just diverting it all into making phase fabric. I mean, all of it.
Well, why don't you just make half in phase fabric?
Because we like phase fabric?
We
Oh,
do.
some of these tools aren't even working. Hold on.
Do you mean, aren't we already making phase fabric? At the phase
We are,
weaver,
yes.
like lots of it.
Yes.
But
lots of
yeah,
it,
but if you notice how stacked, how jammed up.
No,
the
it's
is.
just become that way because I've just fixed the drills over here.
Gotcha. Yeah,
let me
because
unlock
in that case we can overflow overflow the yeah, that's so I still think we'll probably make more than we can actually use there. How's our power? Plus 4,000. Thank you for the Vault Shaka, that will help. You notice it's only just hovering on 30... 40. Kind of tempted to make a little highway up, though. Okay, that. Go up and up. That'll speed the throughput up a bit. I see they haven't fixed the ambient sound. I was kind of hoping that would be fixed by now. And it also annoys me turrets don't list how many kills they've got. It's useful in Dungeon Defenders, and it'd be useful here.
Indeed.
Like, I've no idea if this turret's killed it, 1,000 or none. Just got to click next, and it started for me. Did we get one of the repair drones up and going, by the way? Rebuild drones, sorry. Got the name, Wraith or Spirit or something.
And
We're out of energy.
That's the one. Power.
There
That's
we go. Alloy going.
cool. No, power's fine, unless something's been cut off.
Yeah. It can't evaluate power amount if there's no storage.
Yeah, I mean, just... Oh, no, the nodes aren't connected, that's why.
No, the nodes
hover-
were connected, but when I added the battery, it realized that
No,
it can.
okay. Power node, power minus 150. It's not connected. Or the entire base. Yeah, there's a diode here. So we've got a diode on the way. Is the diode back to front? Yeah, there's diodes. Look at the diode. Look at either side of the diode.
Yeah, the diode started working when I added battery to the output side.
But power is minus 150. Oh my god, is that just showing the drain but not the supply? So if I put a solar panel there, that goes up a little bit. I mean, given there's no power generation in this bit, I'm not sure what the diode is trying to achieve, but that's either broken, bugged, or I don't understand. See, now we're at plus 3.6 power.
The diode turns on when the batteries are full.
Okay, maybe I'm not explaining. The diode, one side of it says plus 3,000, the other side of it says plus 3. That's what I would expect. But when the Revenant Fighter Factory was working, the power is at a negative number, so it doesn't show you how much power you've got, doesn't show you what your surplus is, it just shows you how much you're drawing from the main network, which is really unhelpful, because the quickest way I can tell you if something's getting to the network is to look at its power. If it's positive, it's on the main network, or we're all fucked. But in this case, all of these nodes are at minus 1... I delete that one. They're at minus 180. Because that's how much you're drawing for the network. That's really poorly designed.
Yeah. In Factoria you can't chain accumulators, but I think in this game it works because of the design. That's an upshot for it.
Let me show you a trick, which you might already know. So this factory here has got titanium, silicon, and iron in it. Now it's quite easy in this particular case to tap off the iron and run that up there. Sorry, the lead, so that's easy. It's easy to tap off the that one and run that there like that. So that's easy. But what I can do is I can set this one to offload silicon. So now this unloader, put an armor conveyor down, that unloader will unload silicon from here and put it in the top right one. It probably would help if, let me just leave it upload one square further so we can actually see what's going on. So we pull lead off that way, titanium off that way. So what you can do is you can have a row of phantom builders, and each phantom builder offloads, let's say, silicon and lead to the next one, and then you run titanium down the sides of them. Does that make sense? So unloaders can unload from a machine, from a factory of any sort.
Yeah, I got to what the unloader does in there.
Yeah, but you can use, I usually use it on containers, but you can use it on factories that have rows of very efficiently placed factories.
You mean like my alloy smelter setup?
Possibly, I haven't looked at it. But it's good for doing phantom builders because they are very awkwardly require 3 resources, you see. Cool, I've got 3 phantom builders now, not one. Max and I went mental with them. We had like, I don't know, 50 or something. Not 50. Felt like 50. But in this case, you see, I can put armor conveyor down there so it doesn't offload to it. Just make it all armored. That will offload titanium from that run, and then we can just get 1 silicon, yep, and 1, what's the other one? Lead. And that should now pull lead into this factory, and that then pulls lead into this factory. I notice it's not, but I'm not sure why. It's got 1. It's probably just passing it back and forwards until that one's full. Makes more sense, of course. Give it an extra square. And then just do that. Pop that there. And like that. So that now will offload downwards. So you can have these nice long rows of complex machines rather than having to sort of... Because what you've done is you've attached it with these sort of diagonals to try and get more access facets, but you just don't need to. So you can have all your Revenant fighter factories in a long row and feed the resources from one to the next. Ditto phantom builders and all the other bits and bobs. I don't use that facility enough. It's really good though.
I haven't got enough resources to run all these plastinium compressors, by the way.
What resources? Oh, because we're at minus 4,000 power.
No, we haven't got enough titanium coming in, despite calling the drills. Probably want to change the drills to be air blasters.
Now have I just backed myself into a corner? Oh no, hold on. There we go. I was either I can water cool this or give it ammo. It's going to be a difficult decision. Do both. Apart from this one.
Thanks, Sharky.
These are expensive drills for screwing up like this. Put that there, run the water down.
What happened there, Shelker? I'll run this lead line. Oh,
I was trying to solve a problem, but now I'm hesitant that does it solve anything?
yeah, I'd do that. Take the overflow out, probably be a good idea.
Now it's not flowing into the compressors.
Yeah, there's an overflow there. I put the overflow in there many moons ago, so some came back down. Problem is really we want to another line because we're blocking the line up with the amount of stuff we should. This is where templating comes in and holds its own really. You've got a loop that comes up and a loop that comes down. Maybe you just want to take a loop down and out with both, basically change the direction of all the titanium that's coming through this section. So basically it comes up round the back here on this plane, and maybe we try and work out a way of taking it up round the back through here through this plane, and then down the middle is the output, or vice versa, you take the output out the middle and the input out the middle. Either or really, I don't mind. But I think we need to dedicate, we can afford to run 2 lines. So there's just way too much. So if I may be so dramatic, I'm just going to delete all the middle of this and rebuild it.
We've still got loads of inputs.
Cool. Okay, so we're just going to straighten this out because this moment we're not making plastanium properly. We need to straighten.
We do have 9,000 in the base. I'm not sure if the
9,000?
Yeah, but it's not very properly solved.
Alright, bear with.
Get the turrets closer than that. So yes, I can. Are one of the walls self-healing? They're not, are they? Surge walls fire bullets back. Isn't there an achievement to kill something with a reflective? Oh yeah, destroy things that affect destroyable. What am I missing? Win at PvP, play at PvP, publish a map. Yeah, right. 3 hidden achievements, great. Build the meltdown and the Spectre. I'm hoping that one's fixed because I've definitely done that one before. I just didn't.
Sorry, Shark, got some work with 2 of us building it. That's the output. I'll stop clicking.
I think it's oil limited now.
The tank's still building up. I think it's okay.
By the way, you know you've just done all that work. Did you have an overdrive projector running on that, whatever it is you've just improved?
No, not yet.
You should probably just have done that first, because that's the easiest solution to nearly any. I don't have enough of X. I'm quite looking forward to Dungeon Defenders as well, because I played 2 mouse-based games 2 days in a row. My arm is definitely aching. I've got as many turrets as close to the base as I can. I can't really achieve much more combat. These are the longest range turrets. They're as close as I can get. So I did cross my mind, by the way. I don't know if I'm sure you have, guys. You've seen Pacific Rim, and there were always the questions. The kaiju always came from the same location. Why didn't they just line it for 5 miles in all directions with turrets? That's exactly what we've done. If you look at the map, top right. If you press M for the map, the top third of the map is just turrets. There's nothing else there.
Gotta kill them all.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if I should build some more anti-aircraft defences down to the bottom right. Okay, so one. That one. Going to go there, and then copy. Yes. Yeah, the flying mobs have got a life expectancy of about half a second when they spawn. Where we like it.
Wow, we're running low on copper again. That's epic.
I've just built an awful lot of turrets.
Oh, okay, fine. Oh, and there's still sand on this copper line.
Oh, I was about to say, and the sound of the copper line just knows everything that you did. That must have been quite a long time ago. Just making sure none of this sand. I wish sand was shown as a magenta colour, something much more different to copper. And we're out of lead as well. How are we out of lead?
We've got the metaglass line backed up.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, you mean the metaglass one that's purely for generating turret?
No, the metaglass is.
On the
There was
right.
there was a deady line there for.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but this is not designed for the base.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what we want
designed for ammo. Yeah.
This is pure ammo with the overload goes over to
Oh, we are getting led into the base.
yeah, but we're also just spending it.
Very, very quickly. Yeah. Let me see what we can do about that. Yeah. Okay. Air blast drills, I think, is the answer to that, or something like
Oh, probably alright. I mean, I'm not gonna. Well, I can't build many more turrets. There's not much room left.
that.
Hashtag factory idle problems.
There's me as on it, I think.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. Once this is done, and we're hovering on copper, I get just a little graph in the corner of all the different materials that you can watch. That'd be great. That'd be really cool if you had a graph in the corner of your base's storage and materials. You could just watch it go down. There's an obvious cap. That'd be so easy to do. That'd be really nice.
Right, we've definitely solved the lead problem now. Pretty sure that's solved.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got 0 lead, but I'm still putting turrets.
Well, you have to wait a minute for the base.
bright side, once these turrets are a bit more made, the first thing they'll do is pull in a bunch of metaglass. The PvP in this is quite good, by the way. I've played it like twice, but it's quite cool because you don't directly attack anyone. You just build mechs and units and plow them at the enemy's base. I had quite a lot of fun with that. So, oh. I think it might be the spirit drone spending all the lead. Phantom. What are they called? For God's sake, I haven't memorized this shit. Where was the factory that made it? The Phantom drones. Oh, that says unit 0 out of 1. Oh, it has no power. Oh. Okay, why do buildings without power not flash in some sort of really obvious?
Yes.
Oi,
I
you
just
have
realised
no
that.
power. Yeah, we've still got no lead, but I don't know why. I think the spirit drones are busy spending all the lead we're getting on all the turrets that we started to build together. It's me and my posse of turret building drones.
There's a lot of lead going back to base right now. A full line of lead is going straight back. In fact, we could do with another line taking the lead back.
Yeah, it's alright. We don't need lead. But yeah, I'm not worried now. No matter which way the boss goes, it should get a walloping. Unless it heads southwest, that's probably our weakest direction. Oh, 3 bosses. All the airplanes that tells me that we're dead. They're just in the turrets. Big kind of boom. Oh, well then, someone else. I like the way that basically there are only 2 types of aerial defense there. Ones that died almost immediately and ones that didn't bother helping. Like,
Oh, nice.
You just stood there going, John over there's getting the shit thing. Oh well.
It's a shame, isn't it?
It's out of my jurisdiction, mate. We're also still out of copper, interestingly.
What the? Okay. Let me fix this and I'll be right over.
Well, we're not wall strike. We're not over wall striking. I mean, honestly, I can speed up just by clicking a few times. Ezra, do we need this much surge alloy and stuff, though? Like, I'm just going to slow them down for a minute until you sort of confirm. I don't know why we are cranking out this much alloy. Is it just to send to space, or are we planning on using it for
Well, it's
something?
obviously being used.
Is it?
There should be a lot more in there.
Well, what are we using it for? Come on, there's only 4 of you. You can all hear me. And I'm one of the 4.
I don't know. I want to build it.
Okay, but
Isn't
like,
it hard on? Don't know.
have we been sending the alloy to space? Have we been eating the alloy?
Of course we're eating it. I
I've
don't
just
know.
slowed it down because it's currently sucking up all of our lead and copper.
Platinum and the alloy are the last things that the tech tree needs.
Okay, but we're not sending it to space. Because that still comes back to the original question, which is what are we doing with it all?
Yes, let's into space. That's a good idea.
Well, no, because we don't have very much. We've got 1k.
Plastanium. 12k
Oh.
plastanium.
Plastic.
That's the green one, I mean. Okay, that is tumbling like mad. Wow.
Well, yeah, I'm no longer. We're offloading lead into the alloy stuff at a slow rate now, not a fast rate.
Done what I can to speed up our input to the base, but
Put that belt there, and now that.
Oh, we put on titanium. Ah, no, it's not plastic. Not enough room, too many resources. Kitten walking delicately across the keyboard. But I both love and hate about the game. I'm looking at this game. How can I get myself one more unit of room so I can squeeze another belt past, apart from just chucking away all our copper? Well, it's not all. It's just those straight. Probably not. Not a deal breaker, is it?
I mean, we could just go around the other side of this power now. If you want to work this one.
And I've squeezed the gap now. That's fine. But we aren't splitting this anywhere near early enough to do anything. So, what are we supposed to spend plastanium on apart from bullets and possibly walls? Which I can spend some, which will help a bit. I'm quite amazed we're not full on titanium, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. That's separated enough now, so it will put it there. We actually have a spare line going to the base now. Oh yeah, I can see it about the conveyors definitely do speed up next to the overdrive projector. I can see them getting near the base and just going whoosh. I forgot about that. That's
yeah, I did too. I'm sure there's a third tier somehow.
no plastic. Oh yeah, well yeah, overdriven tier 2 definitely is faster. I plain forgot. I am running out of room to build more turrets now. And we're at a lead. And lead is gone. We have some sort of bug where it's just eating the lead. Like, I can build a few more turrets, but it's probably not much point. I doubt even these will work out.
Light was improved somewhat.
I mean, the lead line's not saturated. It's quite full, but it's not full.
You've got a mass driver doing lead, apparently.
Sort. If I set that to sort
Nice
thorium,
one.
there we go. I've just sorted thorium and lead. So now the lead line should absolutely be saturated, and the thorium gets its own throughput.
We're sending Metaglass to space for now.
Cool. I mean, the only thing I have left to unlock is a surge alloy thing and a surge alloy thing, impact reactors, and meltdowns. That's it.
So what I could do with is when you click to put down an overdrive projector, the other overdrive projector's area of influence on the level. So we could just overdrive a load of these.
That's all fine and great when you've got enough power to handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at plus
Which we will if I can get these impact reactors online. I just need to tap into the titanium.
Please do. Where are you tapping in?
That's very confusing for you to ask me a question and a huge amount of briefing on this online, and again, no disrespect meant to you, but all the people in this channel, I know their address, I can go in and I can kill them if they screw up my game. So, yeah.
That's what he thinks.
As one does.
What do you mean? I know your address, what are you talking about? 23B Sherman Street, Wallaby. No, what was it? 23 Wallaby Way. No, what? Where did Finding
Well,
Nemo?
that joke fell on his arse, isn't it?
Where was it? The joke is, everybody knows two addresses, their own address and P. Sherman, 33 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Then I couldn't remember the address. Is that right, P. Sherman, 32 Wallaby Way, Sydney? Alexa, what is P. Sherman's address?
Sorry, I
Oh.
don't know that.
Well, what use are you then? That's mean. I feel bad for dissing Alexa. She's very helpful, really. I like we're sending a lot of metaglass up and then back around, and then it all comes back down again if we didn't use it.
You can put a what do you call it? A vault in the way to sort of cache it. So we do actually keep the vault the stuff online, or do we not want it to do that and want it to stop when it's? Does that make any sense?
No,
These
I'm
words.
gonna let me respond to that. What?
So the metaglass we're making goes straight into a vault, and the vault unloads and feeds all the guns and everything else subsequently.
That's more
Do
of a
we want the
cache,
vault
that
there?
vault. Oh, the
Yeah,
vault,
but do we
that-
want it?
That's yeah, because it's much quicker to unload from a vault there than to run through all the routers.
Well, I was just thinking because it's right, well, it's fairly near to the production of it, so it keeps the production online. But that means that the production will never shut down until the vault is full. And at
Yes,
this moment, we're
that's
throwing it straight back into space, so it's never going to shut down.
Wait, which one are you talking about, by the way? Which
Where I am here, up top.
You see, oh god, okay.
So if I took that vault out, unloaded it, then that potentially would back up. I guess.
That's fine. I mean, that vault is just there so the turrets have got a closer source of resources. I mean, really
Run out of power.
lovely. That's what I sometimes do. So we are floating from the vault will fill up slowly and then we'll fill up, and then I can offload from the vault very, very quickly to reload all the guns.
Do you want them connected at the bottom or not?
Hold on, I'm getting the power back online because the coal is run off power. So Once the power dips, it cascades.
As I was saying, that's why I always try and make anything I build a little bit self-sufficient with a little bit of solar, so it can never get kicked off. I usually stick a solar next to the
Full out of silicon.
But we're out of silicon. How are we out of silicon?
Bots. And we're sending that to make more.
I'll
smelter.
turn the alloy off for a sec. Oh no, there's no alloy. There's no silicon.
There is here, right at the base.
No, the silicon's jammed up. Look, it's stopped here because why is it stopped? Come to me. Slightly up and left from you. Why is the silicon just stopped dead? Oh.
Those have got, they've built the maximum. These ones have built maximum number of
Oh
units.
right, that's going to the left. Okay, so why is
This
the
one's
silicon?
really good.
Alright, there's a trickle of silicon. Why is there a trickle of silicon? Why is it only
Power.
a trickle? Power.
Power. It's power.
So, as I said, what I try and do is I make it all just a little bit self-sufficient so that it all goes wrong. Our critical infrastructure doesn't come crashing whole. In fact, you know, the coronavirus emergency should have shown that this is also what the government should have done too.
Continuity business plan.
Just-in-time manufacturing is risky.
It is. But it means you hold minimum amount of stock and all that sort of thing, so it doesn't impact your bottom line when things go, actually that's not saying very well, stop it.
Yeah, it's risky, as I said.
Yeah. Well planned is you know, one way of doing it.
Yeah, but obviously the moment there's, as with the toilet paper stuff, the moment the people's habits change, it all goes tits up. I like the way the spirit drones are just helping random things. It might be easier to pop down a combustion generator on each of these coal for the moment, which will start to make some power. I know I'm burning coal willy-nilly. We've got lots of coal coming from up top. So it's this sort of scrub I'd like to implement into Fortresscraft a little more. Like
You can
scrub,
make your own mistakes, sort of
you
thing.
can make your own mistakes and then it all go, you get a cascade failure. It's usually not a problem though in this game.
But like you said, if you had a little bar graph in the corner saying power output, power consumption, you know, or
Yeah.
something sort of giving you a heads up all the time, you
Well,
think,
if
oh,
we
that's
watch,
not right.
yeah, if we watched our silicon going down and down and down, I'm like, I don't know. Whereas I have to keep flying back to the base and clicking on it, or hovering over something I know needs silicon and go, wait, we don't have any.
Yeah.
Everyone has bypassed my power prioritization. Then it didn't kick in power outage.
Does your power prioritization prioritize silicon?
I think no, but it was bypassed, so it wasn't effective.
What are you talking about? What power? What, the revenants?
I put diodes down and people rode around them.
Do you mean, yes, do you mean the revenants?
Someone's
Nope.
sending sand through the mass
No.
drivers. Just want to say that.
The problem is with the very fluffy power system in this, you can't really diode it because you put down a large power node, it will just connect stuff up wherever it fucking feels like it. But like here, for instance, I can put down a well, I can't put down a diode because it requires silicon. So I can only run power into this, and then that will run its own thing. But then that's connected, so I need to disconnect that from that one. I think that will work now. But yeah, the large, because of the fluffy area power system, it doesn't really work. It's too easy to connect stuff up without realizing it.
And that's
That's it.
why. There's a bloody pneumatic drill connected to a mass driver. Yeah, don't do that, that'd be bad. Oh, I've got to
Well,
flush the system.
On the map, I really wish that we could see active power lines as cyan and inactive power lines as red, rather than everything is yellow. I'm still resisting the urge to actually go and
Bloody
do
hell,
that.
look at the speed this goes at. Blimey.
What? The mass driver?
Yeah, the output.
Yeah, and it does use a lot of power, so could we maybe not use it right now? Unless it's firing coal.
It's putting...
Okay, silicon is coming back online now. I have popped the diode in so that it is hopefully a little self-sufficient thing. silicon is now coming out at a reasonable rate.
That way the diode just keeps the power in.
Yes, but the
No,
problem
power-
is,
No,
the problem
that's
is,
not how
Challenger,
diode works.
if I put one in there, if I put a power node, it will connect it up wrongly. That's why it's a very difficult system to rely on, because of the implicit nature of the power. Hey, just give a power to anything in this area. But yes, as I said, this works fine until somebody builds something just south of it, needs power, and it will just tap it off however it feels like.
Am I right in thinking the overdrive projector consumes phase fabric?
I don't know, click on it, find out.
Doesn't say it does, but it something's happening.
What's it
Hold
under?
on.
Overdrive projector, question mark. Optional enhancements, phase fabric.
That's why it was going to mental. Okay, fine. One right at the base has phase fabric consumption. That's fine. Why have mass drivers stopped?
Because we don't have any power. There's no
Oh.
coal being dug up because we're all using super high powered coal things. So now that power's offline, we don't have any coal. It's another good reason to have bolts.
Alright, clicking on reactor 1. It's got a boot up phase, and that's the problem. It takes power to generate power.
Well, we can turn some things off.
Now it's online
Or
now.
we can let these things spin up, and then we'll have unlimited energy.
I've held off skipping ways until our current crisis is fixed, by the way.
Thank you.
I don't know why we're not... See, we've got laser drills pulling off coal right next to a completely unused oil spill.
There we go. Now your power problem should be solved.
Coal centrifuge. Thank you, ILPE. I'm glad you like Fortress Craft. I like it too. Is that definitely coal? Oh god. Yeah, a laser drill on one scratch of one square is probably not an efficient use. What's spending all the silicon? I'm not spending silicon, so what's using up all our silicon out the base?
I have no idea. Which one's the silicon? The little grey dots?
The circles, yeah, little grey circles.
The drones?
Well, only if no, because well, I hope not. We haven't had a wave in. Like now we've got a boss, 12 bosses in fact, apparently. Now we've got 12 mobs and then the bosses. 4 bosses.
Not enough coal going to the silicon manufacturer, apparently.
Yeah, but that
Bug will
doesn't,
go in
explain,
it.
that doesn't explain what solved it. So they just solved it, and now it's not doing anything again. So how could you break it? Yes, how could break it?
Lack of power. Something's disconnected.
Okay, boss is all dead. Why are you dioting the power out?
Why you have power producers in downstream to diode?
Because when it all fucks up, that is the only reason we have a base going right now, is because I built solar panels there to keep it going. So when everything went tits up, none of your shit that any of you guys have built is self-sufficient in the slightest. So the moment the main power goes down, the entire rest of the base goes down. I always spend a little bit of solar making sure that each individual thing has just a little bit of incoming power. So when a mistake happens, which it invariably does, we are all human, it doesn't all go up tits up. So like here, I've just built a coal thing. That's just cool, but I will make sure it's a little, you know, you could put a combustion generator on, you can make sure there's plenty of power. Just put 1 or 2 solars down, just adding to the whole level, just a little sprinkling of solar. So if a boss gets past and cuts off the base power in half, we're not like, we're all fucked. Because I mean, Esmir's got this awesome power system down here, but I bet you it's connected to our base by a single line. So any part of that chain breaks, our whole base will come down. And if we were running meltdowns over there, not meltdowns, yeah, meltdowns, then it wouldn't come up. You've got to build in redundancies into the base, or what just happens, all the coal comes offline.
Actually, unused power lines are a bit different colors.
Yeah, they're not on the map. They don't appear on the map. There's no way I can scroll around and squint whether or not they are the light yellow or the dark yellow. I noticed that the entire... Are you going to fix that, Chuck? Because you seem to get annoyed when I fix your broken shit. The entire top half of the base is not connected to the bottom half of the base right now. If you see the office, I'm giving the camera a look.
Somebody breaks my seat and I could repair it.
Yeah, but it's me. As I said, if everything was a little bit self-sufficient, that wouldn't happen. We lost power, the coal went offline, and the coal went offline, everything else fell quite soon. I suppose we don't have RTGs actually, because they're quite good and quite easy. We haven't been chucking thorium away, but I think we've been pretty close a few times. Yeah, I don't know why disconnected power nodes don't flash red. There's any circumstance where you wouldn't want... Well, I mean, this is what I did in Fortress Craft. I hammered home, if you have made a mistake, fix it. And people are like, oh, why is it complaining at me? It's like, because you have a thing offline. Why do you want it offline? And in this game, offline stuff... I built 2 over here to show the stream. Like, stuff that's offline is a slightly dimmer yellow. Whereas stuff that's connected is a slightly brighter yellow.
Yeah, that's dumb. Should be red or black.
Full flashing red going beep boop beep boop. This isn't got
Yeah,
power.
true. Yeah.
Like here, I can notice these are all slightly dark.
Because they're not connected anywhere.
No, they're not. Yes, they are. They're not using anything. They're all offline. No, they're not animating. Units
no, they're not dark.
Oh no, they don't have. No, they don't have any power.
Fixed?
Well, no, because. Well, yeah, but there's a diode there. We've just had this conversation.
Have we? Alright.
Yes, there's a diode there because Schalke was trying to overcomplicate shit for some reason. The diodes came in when we stopped playing, and I was like, Unfortunately, they should have gone either with no power at all, or a much more Fortress Craft-like power system. This kind of area blob is far, far too easy for it just to do whatever the fuck it feels like, which is what we've run into a whole bunch of times here. So, just to sum up, I'm blaming the game, not you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm blaming you. Sorry, I wasn't clear.
Yeah, definitely blame me.
But no one else is why.
Yeah, blame the whipping boy.
Some people pay extra for that.
Yeah. Hubba hubba.
If the diodes were available earlier, you could make small sections.
But
it's tempting to make a global block.
The large power nodes area is pretty big, so it's very easy just to accidentally route around it. And now, if after a diode the lines had like Astroneer, like a little flow going on. Again, this boils back down to shit graphics. I noticed our phase weaver is not doing anything because it has no power. again, this diode here. I don't think the diodes work, by the way. This whole thing's at -156 because I don't know why. Whereas the other side of the diode is plus 30,000. And the battery has full power.
Yeah, in Factoria this kind of setup doesn't work. And I'm not sure whether it should work here.
Well, that battery's got power. I don't think dioded power nodes can talk to machines. I think dioded power nodes can only talk to batteries. I think I had to go into that battery and back out again.
Yeah, the last section didn't have any batteries. I thought I placed on a battery, but it wasn't.
Okay. You're missing my point. Right? Are they running out of power? That should work. Okay? That is not working.
No, it shouldn't.
But, yes, of course it should.
According to the help text, it wouldn't.
A power node is connected to a diode, connected to a power node. It should work. If I place any battery, the whole thing comes to life. That makes no sense at all.
It makes sense because diode has the condition that only if it's stored less in the direction it flows.
I can't help it if the programmers are incompetent. I should not have to build a battery randomly. Machines should effectively count as a battery that you can only put power into. I've got machines, it should draw from the diode, as opposed to sitting there going, no, not interested, not doing it. Which is what it is doing, which is stupid. Again, there's no point in these laser drills. So again, these laser drills using a lot of power. Why have you built laser drills?
Because we are high tech and we do everything with great power.
Or we can just build lots of sand things. Which don't... I don't know how much power a laser drill needs because it doesn't tell you, obviously. Question mark. 66 power per second. Quite a chunk. But not now, but was. There's no point in spending power willy-nilly.
There was also no point to make power production things. That would suggest power is cheap.
Yeah, but when it all went tits up, as it did, these problem was exacerbated by unnecessary power usage. The game isn't clever, it doesn't turn this off and use no power.
It was behind the diode.
I also noticed, again, you have two of the drills here not working because they've got no power. Like, I'm not fixing this, I would, but I'm pointing out they aren't working, they're not animating, they're not spinning, they're not going. Yeah, so you've done the same. That's my problem with the power. You've solved it by putting on a power node, which is so easy to then connect up to another bed that you didn't intend it to. They have improved it, so when Max and I played it, if you connected a machine, the machines can act as power nodes, but only over one step. It just broke. They still haven't made the power network more robust. Mob played quite a lot of holes in our base at some point, and the Spirit Phantom drones didn't fix it till I flew over it. Be able to squeeze more turrets in. Anyway, we're at wave 89, where we should. Unless one of the bosses really does get the jump on us, it should be easy now. But I'm surprised there aren't more and more campaign maps. I mean, as long as you've always got maps that are easy and progressive, you can have the maps as hard as you like. You just got to spend longer to get there. Okay. Boss wave, 33 mobs, 5 bosses. I think bother with the good. The swarmer's the good defense, isn't it? That takes surge alloy. Though you, so you can also use cryo fluid on the bosses to stun lock them, can't you?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, cryo fluid freezes stuff. Ooh, which mech is that, Shalka?
That's a javelin mech.
Javelin.
Only
So we say hard J's in the UK. So they're different sounding, sorry.
This
Not
has
something
high
else, I was just saying.
movement speed.
That's fine. I understand because my entire Warcraft guild used to refer to it as the word ninja, which just made me laugh every single time. He ninja'd my loot. I'm like, he did what? He's a ninja. Say the joke. Yes, I'm surprised that there are people who still call it Mojang rather than Mojang as well. So they're mech pads that aren't mechs.
Yeah, they change your ship into different flyer.
Yeah, I've used the...
Bomber, there's a rush one.
There's an Alpha, Delta, Tau, and Omega, and I transformed into them purely for the achievement, and then never looked at them again. But that the one Shalka's in is really cool, and will be especially cool on the level we're doing next, which is the assault level. But there isn't one called a javelin mech. So is that like Alpha or Tau or Delta, or have I just not spotted something in the unlock tree, or?
Javelin ship pad.
Do not unlock it.
Unlocked
Oh, yeah.
after Delta.
Javelin, Trident, Glaive. Oh, I can't do Glaive. Yeah, I completely missed a little bit of the tech tree. Yay! Free stuff. Night 4. It's very weird that the bosses arrive after each launch option. So you do the hard bit, and then you have 20 ways of easy before you can launch. Or 19 ways of easy, sorry. There's other complexities, so you can shoot water onto enemies and then electricity, which does more damage, but it's so much effort to try and work out actually making this happen. Like, it's very cool, but you might as well just put a whole bunch of crap turrets. Graphite. So that I can't remember if we actually did the select assault map. I remember it's hard. Like, you very quickly get extremely difficult mobs. Once with 4 of us, we can actually achieve it, even if 3 of you are sitting in the mechs and doing all the damage. Nine. Hooray. We get a rank of double S. And that means I can now access this one. Now, our goal is to reach wave 15, I think. Our goal is just to reach wave 15. And there is a multiplayer game up now. This level is nasty. So be more aware of nano storage. Be more aware of being optimal, and be aware we need to get turrets up stupidly fast. And I will do my best to achieve that right now. Have you done this level, Esmia? Yes, and we need metaglass. Well, we can't. There's no water. Anyway.
There is sand. We're on a whole shit ton of dark sand.
It's that dark sand, cool. Well, I'm going to get ground defenses up. Yeah, we need metaglass for air defenses, unless there was a specific other reason. And titanium as quickly as we can as well. So everything is a lot quicker.
Metaglass is coming.
Cool. I'm just going to get copper back as well. And did
All
anyone...
those like bananas on the floor, don't forget our heat.
Yeah, we
Well, I
won't.
say bananas because they look a bit like bananas to me.
Yeah, we won't be able to use those though for a while
Okay. Fine.
because of the requirement. Let's just jam that down. Can't really leave one. Yeah, don't forget, we only have to get to wave 15. There's no way I would come within here and try and go deep without a loadout. So our goal is wave 15, not 100. That unlocks the loadout. You also didn't mention what you feel we need the metaglass for. Okay, what do we need power for? Yeah, we don't need power to do any of the defenses that we've been killing bosses with, though. Okay, we've got... what's it called? Thorium's coming back. Not much, just a little bit. Oh, no, that's sand. No, wrong. Yeah, we need an XTO, don't we? Which we can't do because we don't have enough anything. We forgot. Yeah, thermal generator requires graphite. And the first boss is spawning in 30 seconds. And if it is an air boss, we've got nothing to kill it. It's alright.
Got wave 1.
Oh, so there isn't a boss. I thought there was a boss in the first wave. Okay, I
No,
will...
it's in the way that it's like every other.
Sorry, Max. Let me get out of your way a bit then. But I hope that gives you enough room to get out.
How do I abort this plan? I'm pressing Q to clear plan. It's not clearing the plan.
Right click.
Yeah, the reason we're low on copper is because we haven't got any copper.
No, the reason without one copper is I fed too much titanium through the same line. There we go, that should resolve that. Yeah, it's hooked up, nice and fast.
No, I broke it, genuinely.
Yeah, but there was another one. I just fed too much titanium through it.
Alright, I took all the copper offline trying to upgrade it.
He and I both broke it because we both tried to upgrade the copper lines at the same time.
Yeah, we dipped. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's fine
but
now.
As I've said, it's usually better to grab a second line than tweak about a first one.
Oh, we were tweaking two independently.
Like I said, we've got lots more copper up here, and we've got a whole 4
boss.
scatters defensive boss. I think I know where the copper's gone. Shaq has eaten it all for duo defences. The boss is always flying, though.
The front defense is held against 3 bosses.
Thermal generator, no lead. better glass now rather than lead, and I'll sped up your lead.
So,
It's got some more lead coming. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough lead to actually build this quickly. So
it's a
we've got
catch 22, isn't it? It's
yeah,
hilarious.
we've got a slow one. We do have lead going back to base now. Should I put? Pop down a laser drill. Oh, we don't have any silicon. Oh, we do have silicon. Got no lead. So I'll pop down a laser drill on the thorium, which should trickle thorium at us now. Emphasis on trickle, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Thorium can use as ammo in a lot of ways, so it's pretty good. Ah! Good luck building that. That's our only income of lead you just cut off.
I'm water powering.
We don't have any lead. That's the only lead. There we go. Now we're going to get some lead. I was just trying to optimize that one. Let's get some copper conveyors up. Yeah, the lead hasn't been hooked up all the way from the other direction yet. Come on, hurry up and finish off the bloody line, damn you. Right, there we go. Lead's got its own line. Should be flowing down from up top. And I should upgrade it to a titanium one. Ah, damn it. I was one short. There we go. We've now got a full titanium speed one coming from up top. Oh. Okay. I'm now going to spend all that lead on more turrets.
Hurrah for more turrets.
More turrets of how you win every
Turrets are life.
Unfortunately, I need more lead for turrets.
No. And you've sent half one way and half another way. Okay.
Why is the lead backed up going down, by the way? Oh, there's a
It
big hole
goes
in it.
nowhere.
But, yeah, but okay, that's right. Shaco just
I'm just gonna
flew.
nick it.
No, sorry, he'd just flown away from it. That's all. So it hadn't finished building.
Okay.
But we have tons of titanium. We're 1,500 titanium. Please, could we build titanium conveyors?
I can upgrade them if you like.
If it's lead, we need lead. I don't know whether there's a boss in the next wave, but in 90 seconds the next boss will come. And I would like as many of these turrets as we can, and then I will try and get graphite up here. Remind myself if the hail takes anything else. Silicon or pyrite? Graphite it is. Are we clawing our way up on lead? Nope.
There we are, slowly.
Only
Yeah,
if I
fair
fly. Only if I fly away from the turrets. Why is there coal and lead scratch points inside where you're not allowed to build?
Just to wind you up.
It's succeeded. Is there any more lead to speed up though anywhere? I'm still struggling to get these turrets
Working on
made.
it.
We're making metaglass. We could take it off that
I
temporarily.
No, I will be also nicking the metaglass off Phoenix turrets quite soon as well. There's an enormous amount of titanium around. Sadly, it's not that useful once you've built conveyors. There are no turrets that fire titanium, I don't think. Okay, here they come. Ah. Yeah, I think they're going to make a mess for our air defences, aren't they?
And it's to deflected from air defense.
If I'm going to get ready to artillery, I really think we're very much artillery though. Yeah, duos are shit. I don't ever bother with duos other than one down next to copper extract at the beginning of the game. Don't think we can build waves. Oh, we can. Waves are quite cheap. Let's build a wave to try and see if I can put out some of this fire. Yeah, these ones, when you blow them up, they put down pools of horror. I've no idea if that means we'll get a air wave next, but I will run all this, whatchamacallit, up for more defences. Ground defences. No, I'm not getting any. There we go. And then I'll run. I don't know if we're doing anything with the thorium. I did send it back, so we do have access to thorium stuff, but there's not very much. One enemy remaining, so that'll be a boss then.
Walking pass.
Oh, that's going to make a mess. I'll continue to make these artillery turrets. And we are out of graphite. And we're not sending much graphite up either. Just sped up the graphite to our turrets. Unfortunately, there's no graphite to spend back at base. Something getting accurate down there. The flashy light on its head, by the way, shows how much health it's got. Hopefully, it doesn't attack the hail. The wraith drone, spirit drone, is also very useful on base. Here we go. As long as it's in range of the turrets and it doesn't shoot back, no problems. But yeah, I had about 30 more of them. As it shooting me. That's it, shooting me. Yep, here I am, shoot me. I am definitely not putting my turrets between me and it. That would be silly.
Yay.
Right. Do we have... Could we sort out graphite, please? Like
I
graphite to
killed the
base.
power. I
There is
sacrificed
some
the power
bottom
for
right.
graphite right now
Cool.
because I'm trying to build a thermal generator, and that should greatly help.
Yes. Do we have silicon being made? So we had graphite and silicon. We could do we could do the generators any way we liked.
Well, we did.
Someone eat all the silicon. Where was the silicon
There's
being
just
made?
none
sir?
coming down anymore.
Okay. Silicon. You know, I don't want to call you a liar, but unless someone ate all the silicon production factories, I think you are hallucinating. I don't see any at all.
I guess I am wrong.
We started with some, so can we get a silicon up and going, like, quite quickly? Oh, no, wait, no, I take it back. No, that's a graphite press. Damn it. Yeah, I've literally built not even a single turret now because we still don't have any more graphite to spend.
Graphite's the blue ones or the black ones? Black dots, aren't they?
Well, we don't. We need both. We need graphite for, well, turrets and all that, and then we need
Silicon press.
silicon for power. Because I mean, my graphite turret line is nicely stuffed. That won't last long though. Yeah, you're burning it all. That's why.
No, I stopped that. Oh, somebody replaced it.
Yeah, that'll be why.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's ones in.
Yeah,
Now tell me to not.
That's why
I thought,
put them
oh,
all
that's probably a good
there.
thing to.
yeah. Power's nice, but yeah. So if we get silicon sorted,
Yeah, working on it.
someone's trying to make my coal as well.
Yes, me. Give me your coal.
Don't do that because that's the defences. There's another coal scratch there. Is this for silicon?
Yes.
Yes. If you do it up here, send it down on the lead line, where I am here.
Right.
Down and right a little bit from me. There's a bit.
Oh, okay, there. Oh, I see.
No,
There.
down and right, down and right. You're going to struggle with this one in a minute.
Well, I'm using that one to make energy so I can run the.
Yeah, but there's still a massive. I can bet about 10 things on there. 10 extractors. There's loads of them. Okay, 9 seconds. Don't really care if it's air or ground. I think we're fucked now. I say it's very easy with this many players to end up in nano storage, and that's what's happened here. So we were all waiting for resources that are never going to arrive. What's coming?
Air boss.
I'm cutting off your lead, I'm afraid. So that's going to become... Maybe. We need to fly back up. Yeah, that's it. Finally, you're up. That's it. That's it. There we go. Sweet. Okay. I will run the metaglass around. So you can have the lead. Don't want the lead. I'll have the metaglass. You don't want the metaglass. Oh, not that you've got any extractors left up here because they've all been blown away. How can I do this? If I go under...
There's lots of belts here, but they're just very wastefully. a line for me to turn down that?
Okay, optimizing is a bad idea. I keep saying
Yeah,
this.
but that's the problem. I need the space to
No.
put stuff down, so I have
Aye.
to start just optimizing to put stuff down anyway.
Just jam it on top of the lead line. Just jam your silicon on the lead line.
No,
We
no,
are-
no. I
we
can't
are-
build.
Because
I can't plan without the space to plan.
what do you
For
need? You just need.
instance.
Right now, Brian, you could have put down one silicon press and we would have silicon. We don't need a lot. We
I've
just
got
need a
silicon
bit.
coming in. The problem is it needs power.
You can't strive for the best thing. You need to strive for the next thing.
Yeah. Well, you and I differ.
Well, yeah, but you'll fail. We don't have time. We don't have any luxury of time on this level. I'm going to have to turn off the power down here again because we still don't have any graphite. I've built one turret.
We need the power for the silicon.
Can we... Power for the silicon? Where's silicon?
The silicon needs power.
Would we not have made one silicon, and with that, a solar panel, and then with that, two? I mean, great, so we have a huge silicon setup, brilliant. Brian has another one going, brilliant. I've built 1.5 turrets in the last 3 minutes. So, we haven't advanced our defences in the slightest. That's why this level is pain, because you have to focus on progressing quickly, not idling for 10 or 15 minutes and then having a good progression at the end. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, we should just use the fuse. So we could just build the fuse, yeah. So if I could just have more graphite than I've seen in 10 minutes and a billion power. The hard part about this is the first run. We need to get to wave 15. Once we get to wave 15, it becomes easy. Wave 15 means that we get access to the loadout.
Have graphite. Will travel. It's a
Just
box,
lacking
but it'll do.
graphite for that thermal generator. Esmir, we just lacking graphite for that thermal generator?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sending
And I
all
can
my.
get the graphite
I'm sending.
going
No,
faster.
I'm sending all the graphite backed up for turrets to you. That should be complete any second now. Then.
There we go.
Oh God, Rob's joined us and Rob is in the voice chat. we still not have any graphite?
We are spending it.
Okay, but I have still not built any more turrets. Graphite 0, 1,
Those
0,
little
1.
blue squares, yes?
Little blue squares, yes. That's that.
Yep.
That
Don't
that's.
know. Can't answer that question. We've got plenty up here. It's just
We
it's
got plenty
just-
here because it's backed
back
up.
up.
So there are no turrets for it.
Can we put an overflow gate so it says
Just
go
that.
to the base? Ah, someone's cocked
Cock what up?
the input to the graphite maker. It's okay.
No, that doesn't send the base anyway.
Yeah, but I'm saying, can we put an overflow on it just for
guess
now?
I guess right now, once
We need it, right?
once it's going, it isn't gonna. There ain't gonna be much of an overflow, but yeah. It's me. We don't need this much power. We have now loads of power and no turrets. Right, between us and the boss are 6 hails. That's all I've had the resources to build. There's no point, Max. We don't have any. We can run up ready to build some more, but really depends what's in this next wave. If there's air, maybe. Otherwise, we've got 2 salvos, 4 duos, most of which don't have any ammo. There's air. We might be alright. Air, we've been filling up with metal glass for ages. Cool. The next one's ground. Probably not so smooth. I mean, without stating the obvious, we get faster graphite if we're not building a shit ton of power we will never use and never need. We need to survive 6 waves. And unless we're deciding to go full electric damage, we don't need it. We just need metaglass and the other one I forgot the name of. The blue one. The one like Max can never remember. That one.
Yeah, stuff and things.
That stuff and things. Graphite. Wave 15, that's when we unlock the loadout. At that point we can come in with a bunch of resources.
I'm just going to be naughty and hope we don't notice.
I seem to get Schalke to think bigger when it comes to turret defences. We do have plenty of copper. And duos are shit, but anything is that shit is not shit if you put enough of them down. Don't think we're going to spend that 11,000 copper. Silicon has... Oh. Silicon was never hooked up. Yeah, Shabby, you clicked on a rock and it just made a corner with no rock there. Oh, wait, why are we sending that back?
Cause need to build stuff?
No, it's already being fucking sent back at the overflow gate that you watched me build at your suggestion.
It's not sending enough back.
It sends it all back. What are you talking about? As soon as that jams up the top, all of it gets sent back. Anything that
Yeah.
gets sent upwards goes into turrets,
Yeah.
which is
We
full.
need more going into it.
It's into what? Into the turrets?
No, we need to make more. Whatever.
Yes, we do need to make more, but we are already sending 100% of our manufactured graphite to the base once the turrets are full. Yeah? Hence the overflow gate here. All you've just done is you just tapped off, so nothing would have ever made it to the turrets. You are right there. We are full on coal. I really wish those auto rebuild drones were a little bit sooner in progression. What are they called? Wave turrets? Wave turrets. Oh. How do we get rid of lava? Apart from putting stuff on it and waiting for it to absorb it. Yes, by putting stuff on it, waiting for it to absorb it. I put a wave turret next to it, but they only put fires out, not pools of lava. That's annoying. I really wish it was told you what was coming in the next wave, rather than sort of surprise it's a boss. Bugger, what does salvos need we don't have? Of course it's graphite. I am appallingly bad at properly using the water-based graphite setups. I don't even have a decent blueprint for it. Because they are 50% more efficient on the ratio of coal to graphite. Oh, ground-based ones. Cross fingers. Shaka, why didn't you use titanium? that, and I can't even get copper. For the walls. Much more health. Loads more health. And we've got tons of titaniums.
I haven't thought about walls that much. Copper is often in excess.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you might as well use thorium walls. We're not spending anything else as far as I know. Okay, there's an enormous unused coal scratch here as well. If I keep calling them scratches, this isn't total annihilation.
We know what you mean.
I mean, if you play Total Annihilation,
No,
obviously
not to that. I'm not to
a
that extent to
scratch
know
of
the
coal?
nomenclature.
But yeah, there's I don't know, 10 drills worth of unused coal here.
Yeah, so there is.
Please let this work. I'll test it, but I have a funny feeling it won't. Nope. That one you can leave a gap. Coal, graphite. Oh, how am I going to do this? Do that. And that's cool. Oh, right, and then out there like that. Yeah.
So we still in need of silicon or graphite.
Silicon, I mean, silicon's for power, graphite's for fences. at
Which
this
do we
point.
want more of? Right. this
Well,
second.
I've just
Do
hooked,
both?
I guess I've just hooked up loads more graphite. So it's all going back to base.
Okay, so silicon then.
I don't know if we use silicon at the minute. And we just need to survive 12 more waves. Graphite, actually graphite. All the turrets need graphite. Ah, good. They're actually arriving back now. There we go. I mentioned this because I got distracted. And we're out of graphite. I hate this level so much. I hate the pressure and the fact if you screw it up, you end up on this failure arc. You can't go, oh no, I've saved it. It will just get progressively worse rather than something you can really pull back. I think it becomes easier if we had, you know, crib notes on what spawns at which level. As opposed to, hey, in 3 minutes there'll be some random number. At least Dungeon Defender tells you the number of mobs, isn't it?
Yeah. And what mobs? Where?
And what? Yes. There's no reason not to give the player more information. It never hurts.
Information overload is not a thing.
Forcing the player information, no, but I mean, I would like to be able to have that information. I would also like, as I said, a graph of the materials that we've got in the base. Like, without flying all the way to the base, or doing the rather ridiculous hover the mouse over something I know needs a lot of materials. There's no easy way for me to work out what we've got in the base. Which is silly, that just simply should not be the case. Well, I'm feeling more confident now, mostly because we've run out of room to build more turrets, which is how that's how I like my turret defenses full. I guess I will cross fingers. Don't know how long it is. We've got about 15, so we've got about 10 minutes, maybe. I also wish the game, given its multiplayer focus, had a more of a Borderlands style ping. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, well, the Dungeon Defense Heyo, as far as I know, that's never been done before, and it's genius. And even just being able to go, please look at this thing here, works so well. And here you're like, you would say that, you go, oh, this silicon thing's broken. All right, where is it? You go, it's by me. So I then have to press M, zoom out, look for a name. Whereas if you could go, heyo, and you get a little ping going whoop, 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 around the level, that'd be so much better. See, as Mia's got the awesome multi-presses, I always fail to move towards them. And I think on levels where you start with a bit of meta glass, and you've got, what should we call it? Water, then they're definitely worth doing. Worth doing as long as you can, but I always forget, even at the beginning of the level where I could build my graphite press a bit further away and build it. So there's a water scratch. You don't know what water scratch doesn't make sense. Water thingy there. So we don't actually need the thorium for anything then. No one's like, oh god, we need thorium. Because there is a thorium drill. I just put like 6 solars on it. It's not even hooked up to the main grid. Two bosses. They are... And the only thing that would make life a lot easier is the repair drones, because otherwise I can just rebuild stuff by hand a lot. Bosses are making a mess of the ground turrets, and they've flown around the air ones.
bastards.
They've just flown into the duos. Well, the duos have made a mess of them. Yeah, I guess there's zero chance of us getting those up, aren't the drones, isn't there? Wait, the annoying thing is, the game shows you the glow of what was there, so the spirit drone will rebuild it, but I can't just say, yep, build me one of those. I'm impressed how much of a mess the duos made of those bosses, though. I did build quite a lot. And hazarding a guess, we'll get ground-based bosses next. Assume it alternates. I'm just rebuilding all the stuff that got blown up now. So I apologise for our about 2,500 graphite. I'm sure that'll last at least 20 seconds. Wow, I'm actually failing to spend the graphite. This is awesome.
I'm not trying hard enough.
I will try harder. You watch me.
I will, yeah.
I think what I would do to force the player to use higher grades of turrets. I mean, mostly they just need much tougher bosses that simply you can't get enough firepower out of little turrets. Smaller maps would probably help. I mean, if we were actually covering this entire map, I mean, the top half of the map could just be turrets. I built fuses. No, I haven't. I built ripples as well. I should be able to also call those.
We got some rebuilders and repairers.
Well, I mean, we only need to make it one more wave, but I mean, carry on for a little bit. It's fairly late. And some of us need our beauty sleep. Not you, obviously, Max. You're beyond help.
Is that the repairer going pew pew pew? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
that's fine.
repairers, not the rebuilders.
No, it's just, do you think, oh, it's been attacked? Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah. Again, that sound effect's been in there, I mean, since we started playing, so at least 6 months. By now, you'd thought they would have been a less rubbish sound effect.
Yeah, like, go for Half-Life sound effects, you know, prepared.
Yes, that's a
You know
great
what I mean?
noise. I know the noise you mean, and it doesn't sound like that. You can get mobile phone charging stations, by the way, that make that noise when you start to charge your phone. Yeah, I can hear them going pew 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 somewhere. I love its choice. It's so the most important thing is a conveyor belt and an extractor near the bottom of the base. Oh, it's you, Shark. I was like, what the fuck's that noise?
So this is the bumper.
Yeah, this is so. I'm maybe you pointed out about me. Is there any other assault maps, or is it just that one? I thought there's a survive map, and there's only one of those. And there's 1 or 2 assault maps. Because you obviously made a mess of it. Oh, there are 2. Oh, awesome. Because you made a mess of the other assault map. We didn't get a chance to enjoy it. You were like, it's all right, lads, we've won. Oh, just thinking of building a turret. It's like, no, destroy everything. Next. I mean, there's loads of custom maps, so they are usually massively over the top. There's a world map one, which is quite cool. We can totally have a look at that one. So this, to me, this was the hard one. Max and I struggled just to get stuff up quickly enough, because there are only 2 of us. Now there's 4 of us, our issue is getting enough resources quickly enough. Which is a less bad problem to have. Well, yeah, with 4 people, of course, you do have the advantage that you can have one person harassing them while somebody else is doing that English word thing. Yeah, so what, you got one person harassing them while somebody else is building stuff. More players always good. Yay, we've unlocked loadout. So 5 air bosses.
Shelka, do you want the silicon, the lead, and one of everything coming into your smelter there? Because it's much easier than making that mess you're about to make.
Yeah, rearrange this and we'll put there way. What?
We lost very little that run.
Just separate these out a bit better.
I made the titanium 9 in such a hurry I didn't even connect up all the extractors. So I certainly don't remember the other assault maps. I know Max and we did 100% everything in the game. I don't remember. I remember the first one because we failed on it a lot because we just couldn't, like we were just slowly being beaten back. And then I remember this one because we just couldn't get the boss defenses up quickly enough. I don't remember any others. That's good. There's a couple more for us to smash our heads against. I mean, defeat seamlessly. Oh, lots of air turrets. Air
There you go.
mobs.
Okay.
Let's get some here because we keep on. Oh, how have we got graphite on the metaglass line?
We're fucking around up here, so it's possible we've just dicked around.
You can mess up other things, but not our primary 2 ammos. Doesn't look like there's any more though. It may have just been a temporary glitch in the matrix. It all looks clean, though our metaglass is very slow, so if we do end up... why is it slow? Because our lead is slow. Why is our lead slow? Because it's not water cooled. Fine at the minute, but if we end up firing quicker, we're not going to refill our turrets between waves. Right, is that enough water? Yes, 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 and brilliant. straight. Can't we can afford all that? And I can now unlock the Spectre, the phase conveyor, the mass driver. And I've got 4 things left, all of which require bazillions of surge alloys. It's not being the right map to idle and farm stuff on. Cough, but you haven't said anything. Why are you coughing? Why are you politely coughing?
This isn't the map to idle on.
No, this is like if you wanted to go to like wave 500 and just farm loads of resources and send them to space. This is not the. This
You're
is
right.
Not the
no,
best
it's
map.
not,
Yeah.
but it can be idle.
Oh yeah.
I
but
did
this
idle it.
I don't actually know which ones. I mean, I think you can even do custom maps. So if you wanted to, idle, you can do any level. Now you've just said Revenant Banana. Like, are you having a stroke?
Look at the screenshot that I put in the Discord. It's a Revenant banana.
Ah. I wanted to zoom in on that. If I do that, it'll kick me out of viewing Mindustry.
Oh, right.
There we go. Yeah, now we've got everything set up. We're okay. I'm trying to get a bit more air defense down the left because that's relatively weak. Metaglass is also a bit slow for the rate at which they are spawning. So speeding that up would not go amiss.
Okay.
Other than that, seems alright. Just depends how quickly they spawn, whether or not we can actually defend against it.
Does it make any difference if you hook a power node to things near it or not?
Yeah, so a power node can kind of bounce via a third object, but it doesn't get a line. I kind of wish they'd gone back and revisited that, like some of their other stuff, a few times. It's not really very obvious that's the case. Although that makes sense, because you can kind of go in like a solar panel, it will attach to a machine, but it's not visible. But you put a node, then it can jump through the solar panel and use that as a node.
Yeah.
Why is aromatic glass node?
The metaglass was being loaded by a real poor power. So I supplemented it. Now look, it's going much faster.
Doesn't feel fast when it gets up here. It's getting all of this stuff. The metagas is getting spread very thin amongst a lot of turrets.
There we go. I found an empty belt to put it on.
I forgot the Spectre uses the alloy, the I think we've got tons of. But actually, yeah, that uses thorium. That's the one that I was thinking of. Can I route hails don't take for you, do they? Damn it. Did you take... I don't think I've ever bothered to feed anything else into it. Silicon is homing, great, and the same damage. And Incendiary is... Oh, Incendiary. Did we manage to get those rebuild drones at all? Oh, we did. Yeah, I literally watch one rebuild and went, we should get some of those. I'm not smart now. Yeah, I've just water cooled our salvos. Should probably help too. Think about the turrets as well. They only use up water when they're firing, so you can slowly refill the water like you would refill ammo. You don't need to go crazy. Like a water extraction on a solar panel isn't. It takes a minute to fill it up, but it doesn't matter. I would build a bunch more of these spectres, but we're already trickling past even insert alloy. I can't even make a second one. Playing this makes me want to... I've been doing a logistics game, apart from Fortress Craft, a much cutesier one, a bit more overcooked. Factory Idol meets overcooked is my sort of tagline for it. And I really... it's one of those games, I've written a few of them, I don't want to write the game, I just want to play it. Unfortunately, it's me that has to write it.
Because other people would write it wrong.
Well, no, because no one else is writing it. I don't want to write it, I just want to play the game. I have a game in my head, it's great, I would love to play it. It's just that to play it, I would have to write it. And I can't really, as much I would love to take on any more projects. I have had someone who's foolishly offered to write some code for me. I'm like, maybe I can find a use for you. I said it in a slightly less creepy way than that.
Only slightly.
He is as creepy does. Wait, is that a saying? It should be a saying if it's not.
Right, it's quarter past midnight. Oh, it's gone, isn't it? It's 20 past 2 now.
It is.
Hey, like in not Minecraft. Victoria, you can save the map and play it later on. You can't do this in this.
Yeah, you can do that in this, but as I said, we've achieved what we needed to. Whether we fail in the next wave.
No, I can't sort of nick the map. No, I can't save it.
No, only on the server.
When is the next exit opportunity?
Now, but all that gains us is what's in the container, in the core. Like, we don't gain anything from launching directly now. So we've unlocked this level again, but with that thing we get, the loadout. Then we can start with thousands of resources, which is much less stressful. Oh, it doesn't fit. Oh, it's coming up. Okay, 3 bosses, which are the big air-based ones. They've probably got a name somewhere. I can't believe they're getting killed by duos. Like, I know I made a big thing about, ooh, even the lowest ones can get killed by the biggest things, but I would kind of expect at some point duos just become, you know, rubbish, but that doesn't seem to be happening, not so far. But yeah, the idea was it's basically this game played in an overcooked style with some idle elements. And you've got to make cakes. You've got to send sugar to make sugar mice and that sort of thing. And the idea was that you actually would get contracts. So you'd actually say, oh, we need 10,000 sugar mice. You need to rearrange your factory so that you can make sugar mice. So you actually have the reason to rebuild, to make different things, to make generic bits, to make subcomponents, and a lovely long-term goal to work towards. And I've got a prototype working. Unfortunately, I've now got to the point where I don't think I'm going to ship anything that doesn't have multiplayer, which means I need to go away and write multiplayer. That's the bit that's put me off. But I really like it as a concept. Because all these games suffer from either we do what we're doing, which is to play it for absolutely no reason at all, like no unlock or progression or reward reason. Or you have to keep kicking the player back to the start and force them to play through. So people tend to want to play one base and keep it going forever. But it meant that you would have to restart every so often, and there was a reason to do so. And you're not actually restarting; you're just retooling parts of the base. So yeah, if we could just write that. One of my goals,
Say
isn't
again?
it? If we could just write that game, so I don't have to, that'd be brilliant. One of my goals over the next time frame is to take the Rapture tech I wrote and feed it into another game. I've got the game lined up, and then once that game's shipped across all platforms, then I will consider writing my Cake Factory game multiplayer. I'm also, given the whole lockdown ban thing, having a lot more appreciation for games that like this. You can play this with 1,000 people. There's no limit to the number of players. And like Terraria, I feel actually certain expert it gets harder with more players. But I'm becoming appreciation of games that don't just say you can have 4 players. Like Dungeon Defense, it gets easier, but hey, if I want to just zerg loads of people onto the level to make it easier, you know, let me. So I'd like to have a look at more games that we can play where I can just run up a server and allow however many people are around that evening in. Try to get more air defense across it's quite tricksy. There's not a lot of room left. Max, you're doing a very bad job at going to bed.
Shush you.
Sorry. So I put an armored conveyor there, and a Hoochman flip there, and a thingamajig there. Yeah. Very tempted to try and run. No, I won't do that. Are there any? So what do swarmers use? They only use really annoying things. The cyclone only uses. Oh, hold on. Anti-air and anti-ground. Does take metaglass. Can I squeeze it here?
Do we want to, by chance, change the salvos and the duos over to the graph?
Which?
Might help with their air defense capability.
Yes, but those ones you've just listed are pretty much our entire ground defense. No, wait, hold on. Air defense. I've confused myself now. You switching over? I mean, okay. You've been switching over the top row of duos. There. Yeah, then we need to get metaglass up there.
I think this was
So
Mindustry.
that first row
properly.
is 2 rows of anti-air and anti-ground. Then like 9 rows of anti-ground, more anti-ground. I'm trying to work some. I think cyclones are probably my best bet. I assume they're good and expensive, certainly. They're past stadium, but they take metaglass, so you can actually get at their long range too.